Sheva Salazar. This is bigger than you. It's genocide and high treason. Let's make one thing very clear. This was never about you. This is about the erasure of my family's history. This is about the suppression of rightful inheritance. This is about genocide and high treason. Crimes with real consequences. Every time you try to twist the conversation, insert yourself, or gaslight the truth, you're not just being disingenuous, you're participating in the ongoing destruction of my family's identity. And if that wasn't enough, if you or your family are attacking or suppressing the heir of King George, that's not just genocide, it's high treason. The Titanic, Lloyds of London, and the erasure of my lineage. Every time we bring up the Titanic, you try to change the subject. Why? The Titanic sinking wasn't just a disaster. It was a financial reset. Lloyds of London insured the Titanic, and J.P. Morgan, who owned White Star Line, was deeply involved in aristocratic financial control. The Titanic connects directly to my family's inheritance and the corporate suppression of British American heirs. You divert this conversation because exposing this history leads directly to the institutions that have erased my lineage. You can try to run interference, but history is on my side. The Salazar family, fascist Catholicism, and the destruction of heirs. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about historical reality. Antonio de Oliveira Salazar's Estado Novo dictatorship was a fascist Catholic regime working alongside global financial institutions to control inheritance and wealth. Your husband is Catholic, just like Candace Owens' husband is tied to the House of Lords. The Catholic Church has a long history of land theft, identity erasure, and controlling historical records, just like what's happening here. This is not a personal attack. It's a documented fact. If you're offended, that means you know what I'm saying is true. Oil, banking, and the financial machine. Controlling this narrative. You talk about big oil, but this isn't your conversation to lead. Marcus Samuel, founder of Shell Oil, played a major role in the consolidation of global financial control. Oil money built aristocracies, funded wars, and reinforced corporate rule over rightful heirs. You aren't exposing anything new. You're just deflecting from the financial machine that keeps people like my family erased. You benefit from the very system that my ancestors were erased by. Zionism, British imperialism, and the House of Lords' role in erasure. You want to talk about Zionism? Let's actually talk about it. Herbert Samuel helped orchestrate the Balfour Declaration, which gave Britain control over Palestine. The same British aristocratic systems that controlled Palestine also controlled the British American colonies, reclassifying and erasing rightful heirs. This isn't about your personal beliefs. This is about imperial strategies used to erase people's inheritance, including my family's. Once again, this is about inheritance and global power structures, not you. The Emerald Tablets and Dead Sea Scrolls. You're just repackaging stolen narratives. You talk about the Emerald Tablets like it's some secret knowledge, but do you even understand what you're talking about? The Dead Sea Scrolls were controlled by Mar Samuel, a name that directly aligns with my own lineage. The Emerald Tablets are just another rebranded distraction, mystifying real history to keep people from asking the right questions. If we're talking about emeralds, we're really talking about limestone, which connects back to George Gillespie, my family. At the end of the day, you're just repeating narratives that were never yours to begin with. Errol Spence, media manipulation, and the targeting of my family. This goes beyond history. This is happening in real time. The propaganda surrounding Errol Spence losing to Terrence Crawford wasn't just about boxing. It was about publicly humiliating and symbolically attacking my bloodline. I saw people betting against Spence before the fight even happened. A coordinated effort to push a narrative of my family's defeat. This is one of many ways they attack my family, through sports, media, and public perception. They don't just erase history. They actively try to humiliate and destroy the heirs they couldn't erase. High treason. Attacking the heir of King George is a crime. Now, let's get to the real issue. If Sheva Salazar, her family, or her associates are attacking the rightful heir of King George, that is high treason. If I am betrothed to be married to the heir of the king, then any attack against me is an attack against him, the monarch himself. Treason is not just about war. It's about knowingly conspiring against the rightful heir to the throne. If the Salazar family or anyone in their circles is complicit in this attack, they are committing high treason against the crown. We are not just talking about historical injustices, we are talking about ongoing crimes against rightful heirs. Sheva, this isn't about you, it's about your crimes. You can try to play the victim, but here's the truth. You are actively participating in paper genocide. You are benefiting from the suppression of my family's inheritance. You are aligned with institutions that have committed mass erasure, land theft, and identity fraud. This isn't just an argument, it's a historical and legal reality. You're being called out for the role you're playing in an ongoing system of oppression. And here's the best part. Your feelings won't stop history from being revealed.